Welcome back to class, my future electronic warfare specialists. Today's lecture is going to be on one of the first newly designed mechs to come from the Inner Sphere during the Succession Wars, and a personal favorite of mine. A mech built to prototype newly made electronic warfare technology, the 35-ton, light-class battle mech, the Raven. Walking off the production lines of Hellespont Mechworks in 3024, the Raven 1X would debut at the end of the Third Succession War, being one of the first truly original mech designs produced in centuries. The Capellan Confederation would attempt to recreate the sophisticated electronic warfare technology that was once common within the Star League era. While their efforts would be a technical success, the new EW technology would prove to be too bulky and heavy to be fitted to currently existing mechs. Desperate to have any form of force multiplier, the Capellans would decide to design and build a brand new mech around these electronic components, creating the first of the prototype Ravens. The Raven 1X would be the original prototype used by the Capellans. This mech would be built around the 7.5 tons experimental electronic warfare suite that did not live up to the expectations. The EW suite had an issue that when damaged would disrupt other systems within the mech, though this would typically be the mech's own comms and targeting systems. Carrying a close-range weapons loadout meant solely for self-defense, the Raven 1X would mount 2 medium lasers within its right arm and a SRM-6 launcher in its right torso, fed by 1 ton of ammunition from the left torso. Powered by an Omni 175 fusion engine, the Raven 1X was capable of reaching speeds of 86 km per hour, with only 4 tons of standard armor to protect itself and its prototype EW suite. These experimental Ravens were intended to be standoff support units for mech companies, designating targets for artillery and scrambling the sensors of the enemy. This would not be how it was deployed in most cases though, as it would often be assigned as a temporary 5th member of command lances. When it was finally sent into combat, the Raven would not meet expectations, as it could not provide the sufficient advantage to influence combat the way it was intentionally designed for. Many Ravens would be captured by the Federated Suns during the Fourth Succession War, and it would just be another light mech until the discovery of the Hell Memory Core. This would lead Hellespont to create a production model to live up to the original prototype's ambitions, the Raven 3L. The Raven 3L would be very akin to the Raven 1X when it comes to its weapons load. Still mounting a pair of medium lasers in the right arm and a SRM-6 in the right torso, the first of the many upgrades to the design would be its case-protected left torso, which held a ton of NARC-capable SRM ammo. It would see an upgrade from the prototype EW suite to a new Guardian ECM suite, which would be housed within the left torso. This would not be the only piece of electronics equipment, however, as it would also be mounted with a Beagle active probe in its center torso to help locate the enemy. To help mark out targets for artillery fire, this new and improved Raven would be mounted with target acquisition gear, a tag for short, within its right torso, and a NARC missile beacon within its left arm, fed by 2 tons of ammo in its left torso. To fit all this new equipment, newly rediscovered weight-saving technology would be employed. Starting with its new armor load, the Raven 3L would be mounted with 4.5 tons of ferrofibrous armor. In addition, the standard Omni 175 fusion engine would be replaced with a Hermes 210 XL engine. This would not only save weight, but also boost the Raven's top speed to 97.2 km per hour. The Raven would generally be kept out of direct firefights, as it was much more valuable as a recon or electronic warfare asset than as a frontline combatant. This is to the point that any mission that led to Ravens being forced into combat was considered a failure. While heavily associated with House Liao, the Capellan Confederation would sell a number of Ravens to the Free Worlds League and the Draconis Combine, though a larger share of Ravens would be sold to the Free Worlds League. The Federated Suns and Lyran Alliance would also acquire small numbers of Ravens through other means, including the salvaging of fallen Ravens, leading to a large number of variants to be eventually created. And with that, we have ran out of time for this lecture. I hope you enjoyed learning about the Raven with me today, as it is one of my favorite light mechs in the setting. A saying I hold on to quite dearly is, "Quoth the Raven, Arrow 4. As always, I appreciate the time you take out of your day to watch these videos. If there are any mechs that you would like to see sooner than later, let me know about them in the comments below. And while you're down there, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. These things help show me that you want more content like this in the future. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.